Welcome back to my channel, Happy Crafters. Today we're going to work on page 2 of the Waterfall album with shaker cover. So we'll get started in hopes to get this video, keep this video short. So we're going to start with page 2, piece A. Okay, we'll set these pieces aside. Okay, we'll fold and burnish on that score line and just set that piece aside. And then we'll take piece B, fold and burnish your score lines. Now, I will tell you that pages 2 and 3 are the same. They mirror each other. Okay, so there's piece A, or piece B, I'm sorry. So now we're going to take piece B and we're going to have this piece A with the flap. We're going to have that side up and open that flap. And then we're going to secure piece B to the cut edge on the inside of piece A. And I'm not sure why, but everything is moving on me today. I have to admit, this is take 2 of this video. I completely made this album with so many mistakes. Or this page with so many mistakes. I wasn't happy with it, so I'm redoing it. Okay, so there you go. Now we're going to flip it. Okay, so here you go. Here's your connector. Oh, I should have tucked that in there. Oh well. Okay, so here's your flap and here's your binding pocket. Okay, we're going to completely flip that over like this. Okay, so this is going to be open, like you'll have your page 1 will be back here. This is page 2. Page 3 will be here, and these two pieces are going to mirror each other. Okay, so now before I mess up this whole thing again, we're going to find piece H. Okay, this is that piece right there. Okay, and we're going to put this piece on so that we know which is our inside and outside. Okay, so we'll fold and burnish. Boy, nothing is working for me today. Fold and burnish your score lines. Holy Hannah Batman. Okay, fold and burnish. Okay, and now with that first ½ inch engaged, okay, we are going to take this, bring it over. So here is your binding pocket here. Here's your flap. We are going to put this piece centered right along that edge. Now, centered as best you can. You want to give it about ½ inch, which will be centered. So I apologize if my head is in the way. And then you're going to lift that up and start to slowly pull off your tape backing, making sure that it doesn't move, because I've had a lot of trouble with that. Okay, so now this is, so what I did in the last video is I put this on the other side, and you want to keep your gussets away from your spine. Okay, so keep that in mind for any albums you guys decide to make on your own. Sorry, lots of talking today. And it's still morning, so that's coffee. No booze. I don't drink booze. Okay, so now we can flip this over. Okay, we're not going to flip it like this. We're going to flip it like it's going to be in the book. So we're going to flip it back like this. Okay, put that piece down. And this is going to be, okay, the top part of your flap. These pockets are going to go on that flap. Okay, so what we're going to do with these pockets, you can decorate them however you like. You can put the little notch like we did in the first album, or you can put I'm going to angle them. So we're going to first of all taper our corners, which is cutting right through that intersecting, where those lines intersect, that X, those intersecting score lines. Okay, so that's first things first. Cut those off. Get your garbage out of the way. Okay, and then we'll fold and burnish our score lines. Hopefully this video isn't as long as the other video, because like I said, I messed up a few times in the other video. So I'm redoing it because I was just not happy with that. Okay, burnish your score lines and then flip it over and just inspect your corners are good. Nothing is creating any added bulk. Perfect. Okay, we're going to dry fit. I always like to dry fit. Make sure you have that over with your flap to the right. Okay, cut edge to cut edge. And that's where I'm actually going to line this pocket up, is the cut edge. If by chance you have a little space, that's fine. So I'm just going to dry fit them both side by side, making sure we have lots of room. So I'm actually going to have a space between them there, okay? So we line up perfectly. So we'll take C off. Now what we're going to do is just set that aside. Bring in a cutting surface because I'm going to use a blade. If you feel confident enough to use scissors, you go right ahead. I don't. Okay, so we're going to take our ruler, and from okay, so here's your cut edge, here's your scored edge. From the scored edge, you're going to make a mark at 2 inches. 2 inches on both pieces, the same. Make sure your cut edge here and your score is here. Sorry about the sniffling, I had a sneeze attack. And I'm trying not to sneeze anymore. Okay, so you're going to make your mark at the 2 inch. And then I'm going to set that aside and bring in my no skid. I'm going to flip that over. And from the top, so your cut edge, to your tick mark, from corner to tick mark, and then just cut that right off. Careful using the blade not to cut your fingers. This is just a black album, not a black and red. Okay, so that's that one done. Then we're going to bring in the other one. Find your tick mark. Corner to tick mark. And cut. And don't put a lot of pressure on your blade, just enough to cut. Run it through a bunch of times until it pops away like that. Okay, garbage in the garbage. Okay, now we are ready to put, I guess we can put this away too, we don't need that anymore. Put our pockets on. Okay, so you're going to take your first pocket and put it on just like so. Line that up, lining up your edges. And then you can pull the backing off however you like, but like I said, I like to hold it because my pieces tend to move on me. So then you can pull that back. And with great difficulty, take the tape backing off. I wish I knew how to edit and pause and all that kind of stuff, because I would love to blow my nose, because you guys needed to know that. Okay, so just stick that down, and then you can put the other, whoops, the other piece on. I almost messed up there. Woo! That was close. Okay, just like so. And I'm going to turn that around so that I can work from my right. Okay, lift that up. Pull your tape backing. Oh, I'm going to have to bring in my... Perfect. Oops. This, we. Talking about, I always say we, because I have my daughter here. Live in Saskatchewan, so it's cold and it's very dry here. Okay, so now the fun part. We're almost done. Okay, so you can set this piece aside, and you're going to have your D, E, F, and G pieces. Okay, so these are going to create your waterfall. So let's get everything out of our way. We are almost done. Once this is in place, we are done. Okay, so you're going to take your D. You're going to fold and burnish your score lines. Hopefully everything is straight. Do both of them. Now I cut all of these pieces together, so hopefully they're not too wonky. Okay, and then you're going to take your E piece and you're going to do the same thing. Okay, fold and burnish, making sure everything is straight. As possible. Okay, now, I don't know if you can feel which is your straight and which is your cut. I'm going to try and use all of my straight edges lining up together and see if that helps keep my album more lined up. So when you are lining it up, fold your I can't remember, D piece. Maybe that's what we'll do. Let's go fold your D, E, D. Okay, fold your D piece and have that, your tape at the bottom. Okay, you're gonna line up with a rough guesstimate here to a 1/2 inch. Okay, you'll fold over that top piece and kind of make sure that you have all of the same widths here. Okay, so you'll pick up your second piece. Okay, flip that over and pull your tape backing off and adhere that down. Just right down like that. Okay, so now you're going to do the same thing with your F piece. Okay, you'll fold and burnish, and you always fold towards the mountain. Keeping your cut, trying to keep your cut edge and your straight edge the same. Okay, so this is my cut edge here. So far it's working. Okay, you're gonna do the same thing, fold everything flat. Okay, so you have your tape on the bottom, and do the same thing, lining up your edges to give yourself those 1/2 inch margins there, spaces. And then just fold that over, making sure everything is straight. Okay, lift up, hold the second flap still. Okay, lift those over. I'm gonna have to grab a Kleenex, y'all, I apologize. Okay, pull your tape backing and then just fold that over into place. Okay, open it up and burnish. Okay, give me 2 seconds, I apologize. Okay, we should be good to go for a few minutes. Okay, last piece, and then we get to put it in our album. Okay, same thing, fold and burnish. Figure out which is your cut edge. This is my straight edge, so I want that edge to be the one that is straight. Put this piece on down here, keeping everything the same. Okay, fold, burnish, open up. Okay, take your whole other section, all of it here, do the same thing, fold it so your tape is on the bottom. Get your 1/2 inch margins or spaces, fold over, making sure that that is straight. I'm happy. You're going to hold the second one still. Flip everything up. Pull all of your backing off. So far so good. Everything's moving quickly for me. Hopefully this video is not taking too long. Push that down into place. Open everything up. Give it a quick burnish. Okay, now you can bring your album back in, or your page back into play. Okay, you have your binding pocket to the right. Your flap opens to the left. You're going to open that up. Okay, fold this all down, and then you're going to place this, and I'm giving myself about 1/8 of an inch or the same, depending on how yours all fits, the same border all the way around. Okay, so then I'm going to lift up and I'm going to hold only that bottom flap. So I'm going to fold that up and I'm going to pull all the tape backing off again. Hopefully you guys are seeing this okay in the video. Get all your tape, work with me here, work with me here. All your tape backing off. Okay, and then just fold that into place. Just like so. Open everything up and give it a little burnish. Just like that. So there you have page 2 of the Waterfall album. Now we will put in the binding. Oh, I didn't cut another one of those, so I guess we'll have to steal one of those, because like I say, I messed up in the other video and I forgot to. So if I can just quickly find that piece. So this is your, we're going to attach the pages a little differently in this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to put tape. Actually, let's use slightly skinnier tape. Let's use, I don't have any. So I guess if you have any thinner tape, making sure that you are going to not see your tape, you can use 1/4 inch tape. This is 3/8 inch tape. So you're going to get as close to that score line as you can on both of the inside spaces here. Okay, like I say, as close to that score line as you can. And then we're going to flip it over, and that's on the dinted side. Then you're going to flip it over to the bumpy side, and you're just going to put tape between one of those two center pieces, because we're going to actually put this together. so I can't see. So like so. Okay, and then give it a little burnish. Fold towards the mountain. Okay, so you're going to fold that in. Okay, and then you're going to just peel the tape off the inside, not the outside yet. Peel that off, close that down. Okay, give it a burnish. Now this is going to go on the inside, inside of our album, into that binding pocket, okay? So what you want to do is you want to make sure that that's in there. And now I'm just going to have a look. I'm going to hold it in place because my other one was very, very crooked. And I'm going to see that this one isn't as crooked. This one is not as crooked. Yay. Okay, so you're going to peel back a little bit just so that you can kind of stick it down. And then you want to measure up about 1/2 inch, okay? So if let's make a tick mark as soon as we find our pencil. Okay, so let's make a tick mark here at the 1/2 inch. We can always erase that. Okay, so let's put this in that binding pocket, and then once we get everything in the right place, like so. You may fight with this a little, but you know what? Where's the fun in album making if you're not fighting a little bit, right? Okay, so once you have that in position, stick that down and then hold the bottom in place while you pull slightly. Just like so. Then you can erase that little, open that, pop that up, erase that tick mark, like so. Okay, flip that over and pull your tape backing off the back side. And this page went a whole lot smoother. Yay! There is page 2, done. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back next week for page 3, which will be the mirrored image, so it would be the opposite. Page 3 will open like this. Thanks for stopping by. See you next week.